Hello there. Hallelujah. Hallelujah is another time in the presence of the Lord. One more time today. You are onto an atmosphere of worship. An atmosphere of worship is a segment where we talk about church music, choir music, basically. An atmosphere of worship is on all social media platforms. You can do well to subscribe and like uh my various social media handles at Min Omomi CD, at Min Omowmisidi. And there you'll be getting some of my videos where I've talked about some very interesting topic. Like today, I'll be talking about habit for good choir members. Habit for good choir member. You can as well tell me, you can as well know that we have some habits for good choir members. Let me ask you, are you in any music group? What kind of habits do you possess? Do you help your choir director? Do you help your choir leader to achieve their goals? That's what we'll be discussing this morning. And I'll let you know that participating in a divine worship service as a choir member is a sacred responsibility. It is not an easy task. It is a sacred responsibility not to be taken lightly. Choir members are as other church musicians. They do what they offer God-given talents to the faith for a variety of reasons. They utter this God-given talent. It is not talent that they bought with money. It was God that gave it to them. So they use it in the church. They use it for various reasons. For most, it is part of their still worship. It is part of my still worship is what I can use to glorify God for what God has given to me. For others, they give their time and their talents. For others, it is enjoyed. They just enjoy singing. But for others, it is a social outlet where they use it to they commercialize it and use it to make what? To make money. Being a choir member is a sacred responsibility, like I said the other time. They are called to knowledgeable not only of the hymn and responses, but also about the correct order of worship services. The choir is entrusted to be participating part of the worship service, and its member must do what? They must respond. They must respond to that trust accordingly. You are a choir member, you must know the reason why you're in church. You must know the reason why you are a choir member. So I ask you today, what type of habits do you possess as a choir member? Let me start by letting you into some of the habits a good choir member possess. They do what? They attend rehearsals. These choir members, they do what? They attend rehearsals. That's what they do. Every rehearsal is important to them. They don't joke with their rehearsals time. Whatever they do, they leave it once it's time for their rehearsals. They pick up their bag, pick up their Bible, their music note, and they are off. They are always on time, or preferably early to them. There is no excuse good enough for being late to rehearsals. I used to have one of my members in my music group. That person comes early. There's I don't know how you will come so early that you not meet her in church. If she's not there, that means something is wrong. She does not joke with her rehearsals time. Always on time. Limit your talking. Another thing, limit your talking during choir rehearsals. Directors know that you will talk. Yes, they know that you will talk. At least a little talk can do. But a little talk can do, but discipline yourself to be cautious to your choir director. It is frustrating to have conversation going on while trying to rehearse. It's frustrating. The choir director has done his or her own work, come to give us food to eat, and you see some set, they are talking, they are gisting. Talking during rehearsals is usually very, very frustrating. I'll tell you. Encourage your choir director. A little note of thank you can do. A little gift can do. It's not as if they are begging for it. But there are ways we show response. There are ways we show their appreciation. There are ways we show that, oh, we really appreciate you. Let your choir director know when you will be absent. Some don't tell you. Some just stay off. You've given them responsibility. And they'll just take off like that. You don't see them. They don't tell you. Let your choir director know when you be absent, because you are important. Every choir member is important, because choir is not a singular work. Choir is a teamwork. So when one person is absent, it tells on the body. It tells on the body. Work to improve yourself as a musician. Strive for excellence. Like I would say, there are some music group that we have large numbers of music ministers. If one person is absent, you will not feel it. But there are some choir groups, there are some musical groups that the numbers are few. So when one person is absent, it tells on the body. It tells on the body. What is the use of you being in the choir rehearsals and you know you'll not be there on Sunday morning to minister with the group? If you're not there, you're not there. But let your music director know on time. This is how you help these people to improve their productivity. Attempt to blend your voice. When you listen, then just try to listen. Try to build up yourself in different parts. Memorize scriptures about music. Psalm 104 verse 3 is a great verse with which you can start. Pray for your pastor and choir director daily. We all need blessings of the Lord. Everyone needs the blessings of the Lord. Everyone needs your prayer. In addition to this, I still want to consider some qualities that I believe make up for an ID choir member. Punctuality. Yes, punctuality, like I said the other time. It takes a while to build up a safe, creative atmosphere, but only second to destroy it. When you are not punctual, what do you want to gain? When we are doing some focus warm-up, and you just see some people, you are doing some rehearsals, and you just see some people, they just walking. They're wandering in half through, and they want you to begin all over again. The part that you have learned, the part that you have done, the warm-up that you have done, the voice coach that you have, voice warm-up that you have done. Some people will just wandering in. Like I said, this guy, they don't even know, they don't even feel guilty about it that they came late. They just trolling, and they want you to begin all over again. But persistent latecomer ain't showing respect for folly choir members who come on time. We have some persistent latecomers to choir rehearsals. We have some persistent latecomer to music fellowship. They are not showing respect for the work of the choir. And often ones, and most times they are even the ones that will have to benefit from the voice and straight busting warm-ups that we do in the choir, in the church. They are the ones that will benefit from it. But you see then they come late. Commitment to the choir can be shown in many ways. There are members who show up only twice, only once. They only come when they know that they want to have programs. They only show up when they know that, oh, there's a program coming up. That's when they show up. There are members, they show up once. Again, this demonstrates lack of respect for both the choir as a body and for both its members. You don't show up. You show up anytime you like. You see them, they come once a month. You see some come twice a month. But at times you cannot actually drive these people because you're looking for number. At times you don't even have them. This demonstrates lack of respect for both the choir member and its body, and also its blood, that the work we do each week, rehearsing, learning song, is not valuable, and it's possible to just turn up for programs. To them, it does not mean anything. You have to take responsibility to even let your choir director or other members into the other members of your part do all your work. You take responsibility. Some rely on other choir members to do all the work, to do all the part. What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing as a choir member? You cannot listen to a song and pick your parts. At times, you have to be attentive to some choir members. They even forget where they are, and they start chatting in rehearsals. They start chatting. Consideration for others is another one. You have to consider your choir members. Consideration for others. To respect everybody. Respect your fellow human being. And respect for what you and the choir members are doing. And therefore, respect for the choir as a whole. You must respect the choir as a whole. Because the choir is not a singular work. Like I would say, the choir is not a singular work. The choir is what? It's a teamwork. Help out new members. That's another thing. You help out new member. If someone in your part is struggling, don't feel superior because you feel you can sing the part. Because you feel you can feel the part, you feel because you have nailed it. You stand next to the person. Stand next to the person and help the person gently. Because you can sing your part does not make you a hero over that person. Because you can do your part in a particular song does not mean you are a hero over that person. You can remember the very first time you joined the choir. So what do? You stand close to that person, help that person. Listening skill is another one. How can you help your choir leader? Listening skill. Listening skill. Apart from that, you can sing every time. I believe that giving everybody time, everybody will grow up to that extent where they can learn to sing. But if you can sing apart from your talent, do you have listening skills? Do you listen to yourself when you sing? You need to pay more attention to what you are hearing. You pay attention to what listening to others in your part will help you stay in tune. It will help you blend and work as a unit. Help you work as it. Reaching out to other parts will also help you stay and enjoy yourself in the choir. It will help you to enjoy yourself more in the choir. You must have that listening skill. You don't have to depend or rely on your choir director to give you feedback all the time. No, don't just focus on those singers around you. I know you must listen to them, but feel the vibe of the choir. Feel the vibe of the music group where you belong to. It's much more pleasurable to reach out and try to get a sense of the whole choir. You will enjoy it. These are some of the good qualities you see or good habits you see in a choir member. Hear the harmonies working. Check the blend of the music. Check the volume, each part. Wait for the choir to take a single breath in as they begin. You begin to feel the vibe. They begin to feel the vibe of the choir. You must work. They work on themselves. Good choir members, they work on themselves. They will finally have a sense of humor, keeping smiling all the time. You have to keep smiling all the time, even when all around you is going wrong. Some people are singing off and some are laughing. Some people are singing, some people are going off tune, and some are making jest of that person. You've forgotten that you are standing in the front of the congregation. You are facing people. You are facing the public. So what you do, you put up a smiling face. Even if that person is singing off key loudly. We know there are some people in the choir, they sing off key loudly. What do? You enjoy yourself. Even there are times we sing and we make mistakes and we just make fun about it. Even the people listening to you out there, they will not even know that you are making mistakes. They will not think that you are making mistakes, but you just laugh off it. Up to even if the director has pointed out that you are singing the wrong thing, make fun of it. Bring out the human in you and laugh it out. And before you know it, you sweat out the off key. If there's anything like that, yeah, you can sweat out your off key. But let me tell you, let's try and help our music directors. Let's be punctual to choir rehearsals. Let's be attentive during choir rehearsals. Thereby, you help your choir leader. How can I be talking when rehearsals is going on? It's frustrating. How can I be gisting? Oh, you've not seen this person for a very long time. Now you are seeing the person. Help your choir leader. Help your choir leader. That's one of the ways where we can help them. Relax, playfully. Allow the choir to, don't get too serious. Don't get too serious about the choir whole thing. When you enjoy yourself in the choir, in your music department, you find out that you will not miss a single day in rehearsals. Stop getting absent from the choir for no reasons. Some people like coming late perpetually. They are perpetual late comers. I know some people in my music group that have never been early to rehearsals. And they don't see anything wrong in it. They just enjoy it. They feel, oh, before I get to choir rehearsals, they would have finished. They would have been through by now. You are deceiving yourself. You're not learning anything. And somebody will tell you, oh, I'm not gaining anything. I want to leave the choir. What are you telling me? And there are some people I've met in the music group where I belong, and they still remain the same thing. And you find out that these people, they hardly come for rehearsals. And they keep complaining. And at times when you even give them work to do, they tell you, oh, they cannot do it. Oh, they tell you they are not prepared. Oh, they tell you they are not ready. How do you help your music director to achieve a positive goal? How do you help your choir director? How do you help your choir leader? How do we help those people? They need our help. So for you to have these good qualities as a choir member, you must be prayerful. You must be attentive during choir rehearsals. You must be punctual. You must not be absent from choir rehearsals all the time. Take responsibilities. Work on yourself. When they give you a song to work on it. Learn it. Improve on yourself. All these top gospel artists you see out there, they work on themselves. They have done their private work. Like I keep saying, you don't rely on your music director all the time. Do your work. And when you come, when your music director sees you, when they give you a job to do, you do it to the 100%. And you tell me you are not helping your director, you are helping. May God help us today. I actually employ us to sit down, have personal work on ourselves. Work on yourself. Work on yourself. You have a brand. You want to sell something. You are selling yourself. What do? You work on yourself. Let's see it. People don't see you when you're seated. People see you when you are standing. They don't see you when you are seated. When you're busy doing something, when you work on yourself, you produce your brand. And people see it, they love it, they buy it. That is what music is. It's a brand. You sell it. What are you selling? Laziness? What are you selling? Absenteeism from choir rehearsals? What are you selling? Talkative in the choir rehearsals? What are you selling? Disobeying your choir leader? What are you selling? I leave that question to you today. Till I come your way again next weekend, remain blessed and be a good choir member. God bless you.